evening or early morning now, fellow YouTube viewers. Belchie's Train Vlogs another video, and today I thought I'd continue on. You had a look at my other video about the Hunter Regional Transport Plan. This one I'm going to talk about the train to Cessnock, which I went to an event last year where there was a discussion about getting a train to Cessnock up and running, and it was down in Abermain, the pub down in Abermain. It was very interesting because they talked about what they want to do. They were contacting the the regional transport minister Jenny Atchison, and looking at, instead of retiring only keeping 5 of the Endeavour fleet, we'll keep more of them to run the Cessnock service. And we got, and in the other video too, you'll also notice I read a guy's letter response thing he got from one of the members. I'm just gonna try and find it. It was a few days ago. Excuse me.
Matt, I've seen Nicole.
Oh, we don't hear the government blood run about crap. So try and find it. Train to Cessnock. There we go. It was some guy got from an Anna Watson MP. I'm not sure who Anna Watson, who she is, but we will look her up. What I've got on the screen here in this Maps, this is just the Apple Maps app on Mac. I was just having a look. This is sort of a 3D view. Right here, I'll zoom it in a bit. Obviously, this is Maitland Station. I'm talking about the train to Cessnock. And honestly, I'll read the letter again if you haven't watched the video. Before we get into anything else, and I'll show you the website where all this information is, where you guys can look at, make your own opinion. So, without saying the person's name on Facebook, which I don't need to do, I'll read it. This is from what I did on the video the other day. Thank you for your correspondence about passenger rail services between Maitland and Cessnock. The Minister has asked me to respond to you on her behalf. I appreciate your advocacy for the reopening of the South Maitland Coal Rail Corridor for passenger service. Ensuring regional communities have access to reliable public transport services is one of the highest priorities to the government. We are committed to delivering a public transport system that is reliable, safe, affordable and accessible. As you probably are aware now, despite the former government announcing a new regional fleet over a decade ago, they failed to deliver a single new regional train. Passengers are being forced to travel on an ageing XPT fleet, and no additional rolling stock is available as a consequence. Transport for New South Wales has to prioritise existing patronised services over new options. Additionally, the New South Wales government has committed to $40.3 million over 5 years for the XPT Life Extension Project. The XPT fleet has reached an impressive 40 plus years of service, and the refurbishment program is required to ensure the fleet continues to provide passengers with a safe and comfortable service until the next generation regional rail fleet is ready to be introduced into passenger service. The upgrades of the XPT fleet to be carried out locally in New South Wales by Sydney Trains include extensive mechanical work to improve service reliability, new carpeting and refurbished seats, maintenance to improve operation of air conditioning, toilets, repaint and refurbish of the power cars. If you are aware, we are delivering strategic regional integrated transport plans to to identify future roads and transport needs across New South Wales. These plans will help guide future government decisions making about where to direct investments and ensure decisions making alignments with community needs and priorities. The draft Hunter SRITP was released for public expedition from December 2024 to February 2025. This includes the potential preservation of the South Maitland Coal Rail corridor located between Maitland and Cessnock and an innovative warranting future consideration. Feedback received on the rail corridor has been provided to the Transport for New South Wales planning team, and it will inform development of the final Hunter SRITP, which is due to be released later this year. For further information on the Hunter SRITP, visit the following link: Hunter Strategic Regional Plan. Have your say. I want to assure you I remain committed to keeping the proposal on the agenda and developing affordable, reliable, new and improved public transport options wherever possible. Thank you for taking the time to write. I genuinely appreciate the effort you have made to raise this matter with government. So pretty much, they don't give a damn. They're too busy worrying about the expertise fleet, which we know. I don't know why they're bringing the expertise fleet up into this. That's a different regional project altogether. That's for long distant regional services. We are just talking about services between Newcastle to Cessnock and Maitland and to Cessnock. I don't know why the expertise is being brought up to this. And honestly, I had a look at the train timetables. So if we look up Trip View, I'm trying to load the app now. Should pop up on my screen. If we go Newcastle to Lara. So that's the last service to Talara, which is the 143. So after about nine there's going to be track work. So that's some service information there if you're going. So where's that Muswellbrook service affected? That's on Wednesday the 5th of November, so that's going to affect my train spotting. So I plan on going train spotting, so not this. So that's your 2 o'clock. Hold on back. So there's one at 2, so I forgot this is an iPad app on the Mac, so it's sort of we don't want to go to Sunday. We want to go to Monday timetable to demonstrate what I'm saying. So you've got one here. So that's an express from. So this service here, right? This is the express service. So you pretty much it's on all stops. You could, because on a weekday timetable for the Hunter line, especially just Talara services, you'll have 2 Talara services every 30 minutes. Service to Talara leaving Newcastle every 30 minutes. But one is an express and the other is all stations. The express ones, I think you could extend these with the current fleet they've got. They could extend these to Cessnock. They could be a variable or something, or even every 2 hours. Something that they can look at. So I'm going to show you something else. So this is where a lot of this information is. If you want to look at the to get on board the Train to Cessnock. So it's train2cessnock.org. Join the campaign. So you can click here to subscribe to the newsletter. Or accept. Write a post to MPs listed on the. So there's a lot of information on this website, and I'm telling you, it's worth a read. You got so you got the video here. You can subscribe to the newsletter. Follow on Facebook. There's media articles on the Train to Cessnock. So you got one from March 2025. You got one from February 25, 24. And you can watch a replay of the Q&A event on May. So you can click here. But there's all sorts of different articles talking about the project. NBN News. A lot of worthwhile information. It's got links and sources. So they've been talking about this for the last few years. So you got this is just on the homepage. You've also got the right to politicians, so you can scan the code, or you join the Facebook group, and you can. And these are who they recommend you send them to. So they give you what to send, introduce yourself, tips. They give you a sample letter where you obviously you modify it to put your name or whatnot. Document library, so you got all the information, drafts, plans they want to do. I went to the event ever, man. I'm telling you, they really know. Andrew, and it's because of people like Andrew Fenwick. I don't agree with all his views. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't agree with all his views, but I'm 100% behind him on the Train the Cessnock campaign. 100% behind him on this. And it's needed. This area is growing. So, all this information, you can download the case for the train PDF. Bill's another guy that was really big. And he was, listening to him, he was the most interesting one to listen to at the event because he used to work for State Rail and has a knowledge of engineering and how the line would work. And here's probably one of the most important points why we need it. Just in that section there. One, it'll free up it'll help with traffic, and the area around here is growing. So you got all this information, budgets, how much it would roughly cost. And honestly, the cost, I was amazed how cheap it is. This could be one of the cheapest railway projects in the state, probably in the country. So you can scribe for news, so what's new. So that's an image of the meeting that happened last year. And he wants to have it up and running by 2028. And I think it could be possible. Right. So the stops they want the train to go to is Gilliston Heights. Gilliston Heights is another suburb which is in the Maitland LGA, which is actually growing. And I know that from myself because I work as a delivery driver and I do a lot of deliveries in that area. It is growing huge. And you've got Curry, Western, Abermain, Neath, Kersley, Cessnock, Belbird. It's the best value rail project in Australia, and I think he's, when I saw the funding, you look at the funding for the Metro, and you're like, Jesus, that's cheap. Technically, they said they could have it running possibly next day if they wanted to, but the thing is, the area will need a lot of work, the rails will probably need to be replaced, station upgrades, signalling. But my personal idea is also I reckon they should reinstate also the station after Maitland should be East Greta Junction, which is the station is actually completely there. It's actually the back of Talara near the Rail Museum and the Hunter Trade College. My opinion, that'll be a great station to keep because that'll give people access to the Hunter Trade College and that back end of Talara. So all more information here. Meeting with Jai Saval. He was a previous Cessnock mayor. Radio chat to CHR. You can listen to the interview here. All the information is from the train2cessnock.org. You got more here. So a brief history of the South Maitland Railway, which is very important. It's a big history here. You can see some pictures of the old trains, old stations, more of the old rail cars here. I don't believe any of them exist anymore. I believe that is still around. I believe that could be. It's either I don't know if it's West. It might be Western. Yeah. That's one that one no longer exists anymore. This is what I was talking about. This is East Greater Junction, and this is probably out of all the stations on the line the most intact station. Then the second one would be Neath. You got Aberdare Junction Station. You can see a little platform there. Western Station, and I always suggested Western Station could be you could run that bi-directional because you could have a siding, a loop line. Oh, go back. You could have like a balloon loop on either side because it could be a big island platform. So if you have the up coming through, you could set the down. The down can sit there and wait for either one to pass, sort of thing. That's Curry Station. What's left of the up platform. East Greater Station. I'm not sure where that section is. I'll have to look that up. North Curry Station. Western Station in 1965. At a big island platform. I believe the signal box has been burnt out. There's Curry with a 31 class steam loco pulling the train. Tender first. And that's back to the start again. So we got, you can follow us, and then the train the Cessnock team. Bill Palazzi, I think that's his name. He's worked in the railway industry for his time. He has a lot of knowledge. Listen to both of them. They both have a passion in, the railway. But he listening to him speak, he had a lot of knowledge. He knew what he was talking about, and aligned. I think he sold a lot of people on the project, Bill. So yeah. But anyway, if you want more information, it's all on this website, and definitely it's worthwhile having a look and read. So I'm just going to go back to my Apple Maps. So this is taking when there was something on here, but so here is Maitland Station. So if we move up this way, so zoom in a bit, you'll notice here there's 3 different junctions. So if you go straight up here, that's the main. I think it's the main north. I can't. But this way will take you up towards Singleton, Scone. This section here will take you towards Talara, Dungog, and up towards Brisbane. And this section here is your South Maitland Railway. So if we keep going here, So there's a lot of work that needs to be done here because you can see some of the trucks pretty odd. But there's your East Greaton Junction station with the old signal. I think that's a signal box right there. But there's your crossing. Here there's a lot of different sidings. It's owned by Horizon, so they use it as storage. But I can't remember which will go towards... I don't know if this would go... So it won't be here. This goes to a storage shed. So I say the line is... This is the line here, where a lot of the work equipment's stored. And empty wagons. So we continue along here. Keep going. I'm just going to... Just going to flip it around. I want to... So here we go. So this is heading... Got a bridge there. That looks fairly new, that bridge. If I remember, that could be... I believe this is... forget it to load. Kyra Road. Yep, so if we go... Don't know what I'm doing. So that's a set of lights there. I believe Gilston Heights, if you follow this road, that's a new estate being put in. You follow it. I reckon just here would be the perfect spot for Gilston Heights Station. Looks like a roundabout or something's going in here. I'm guessing more housing's going in here. But this is where I'd look at maybe putting a station in. Maybe, so you got this road here. Not sure if it's all privately owned, but it looks like it's just empty land. Maybe it could be housing. And it's sort of hard, but you could have a platform here. Because I don't know if it's all privately owned. And I just lost it. Hold on. Oop. Where's the maps? There we go. Okay, so that would be where I put Gilston Heights. Then you follow it. Curves around. And you could possibly even... You could have it here too, but like I said, that could be, I believe that is, yeah, that's still Gilston Heights. So, going through some rock cuttings here. Access. All the track. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's dirt road. So what we're getting close to the back of Cliff Lea, Swamp Creek. I don't remember. And you got a crap ton of Horizon wagons stored here. I wonder if these were the ones that were sitting at Curry. So we're coming up to some dirt. So we must be getting close to Loxford. And you could possibly look at even having a station here. I believe this is Loxford. Yeah, Loxford. Yeah, Loxford back there. Go back to the railway. There we go. It's sort of hard to see the railway now because it's covered by trees. But we're just going to keep following it. So there you go. Because it's eventually going to go over, hit the bridge. I'm assuming we're getting close to the expressway. So that's there you go. That's 6. There's a crossing there. There's some road. So that could be a spot to look at. So some more wagons there. So there's the bridge that crosses the expressway. So we're getting close to Curry, so we should be at Curry in a sec. Yeah, we're at the back of Curry. Yeah. There's the Curry crossing, and if we turn it around, there's your Curry platform. So here, where my mouse is, that's the old Curry platform. So follow it along. Western shouldn't be too far. We should have the bridge. Yeah, there's the bridge. And Western Station, there's the burnt out signal box. Western Station, and you'll find there's remnants of the old water tanks. Where the platform would have been about. Platform would have been about here. About here. So if you look here, you got one track there and the other track about there. So this would have been the platform. The old water tank's still there. Well, what's left of it, and you can access it because you got a preschool there. That's a station there, and then we start turning it around there. So we're at Western now. Got some more coal wagons stored here. So obviously this would have been dual track at one point because there's remnants of whatever's left of track there. So going around. Oh, come on. So I'm just gonna yeah, we're just getting close to that main station now. Because you're going through. God. That's not what I want. Go straight here. Okay, there's a bridge to turn off to go into whatever you call it. The ultra. So if you go around here, I believe there's a platform right there. So, that's Abermain Station. So we're going to follow it up. Neath it isn't too far, because Neath's probably the second one that's probably intact other than East Greta Junction. So we've got Neath Station right here. This one would be handy for the elderly, especially if we looked at putting you put a little bridge over, or like a set of traffic lights or something, or a crossing. But here's a platform. And I'm not sure, there might have been 2 tracks here, I believe, at some point. Because you got a platform here and a platform there. And sure, you probably could have this all as single track. But now we're going to be heading up to near Kersley. Yeah, I believe this was have all been dual track at some point, because you can see the gap. Sorry, my computer's rendering everything at the moment. So it looks like shit. So we're going to keep going. Keep going. So heading into Kersley now. We should see a crossing in a sec. Here we go. There's the crossing. So maybe look at having Kersley Station possibly here. I think here would probably be the best spot for it. But doing that doesn't help. If we follow it more. Come on. Just keep following it. We'll hit Caledonia. I believe what's left of Caledonia. It's around here somewhere. Right now, this is the only spot I can see for Cessnock Station. Be either here or possibly here. But there's the crossing. And we're getting to the final stretch. We're going to be heading towards Bellbird. And the terminus, I don't know, would probably be around here somewhere. This is where I probably would terminate it. Probably around here somewhere. And eventually the plan is they want to build it out to Millfield and have it go through the middle of Cessnock, change the alignment altogether. But that's the alignment. That was pretty much the alignment for it. But my thoughts on the project, I hope I want it to go ahead. I'm keen for it. I sent many different contacts to Jenny, and she hasn't never gotten back to me really on any of them. I'm not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting for this. This will do a lot for the community. It benefits more than just reliable transport for people. It'll create jobs. And with those stations being built, think about it, that's also an opportunity for little businesses to pop in, like little coffee shops and news agents and stuff like that. So it'll benefit a lot of people and give people better access to Newcastle, Sydney, Maitland, because a lot of people travel to Maitland and Newcastle for work. This could save them money, maybe catching the train, because the train can be a lot cheaper than driving. And the thing that I'd also be looking at, like, when the biggest thing is I've been contact. I recommended not retiring any of the Endeavour fleet and keeping them, especially for something like this project. If it goes ahead, we're going to need trains. We don't have, like, seriously, we don't have enough trains now. We need more trains now. And my recommendation to get an extra Endeavour set right now would be to look at electrification from Kiama to Bomaderry or Nara. That's something that the government need to investigate and look at, is putting in an investigation into accessing that section of rail between Kiama and Bomaderry, because that'd be worthwhile to look at electrification, because you're gonna have the Mariongs out there soon, so possibly they could extend their wings further out past Kiama out to Bomaderry. That'll free up an extra train, and also maybe I don't know, possibly because they're gonna get new. So Moss Vale are gonna get the new regional trains as well. They'll be running in a 3-car configuration, so more carriages. So that means hopefully get some of those. Instead of retiring them, we'll get those Endeavours as well. So the Endeavour fleet is a total of 14 sets. So that's 14 2-car sets. So they run in 2-car configuration. So that's an extra. So if we can get all those 14, so that's an extra 12 services right there. Because we currently allocated 7 Hunter rail cars and 2 Endeavours. Sometimes if there's a busy event on, like Steamfest or the V8 supercars in the past, they will give us an extra Endeavour set as either a backup train or to help with capacity. But the thing is, this is something good for the community. They keep saying they're going to do stuff about regional transport, and really they don't do anything other than if it's in Sydney. And the government, I feel, needs to realise there's more areas other than Sydney in New South Wales that need look at. And I could do a whole video talking about other regional areas that need rail, but today I want to talk about the train to Cessnock and why it's important to me, because also I live in this area, and this is a positive. There's too many positives to outweigh the negatives. So this is going to be great for tourism. People are going to music events at Colburn, especially at Rochelle Estate, Hope Estate, Bambadjan. This will help instead of people taking their cars, they can catch the train and link it with. But obviously, the train can stop at obviously it will stop at Cessnock, and the buses can link people to the venue. So this is so positive. You can have heritage rail trains, steam trains that running through the area. That's great for tourism, bringing people to the area, helping local businesses. There's so many benefits. It'd be worthwhile. Definitely something that needs to happen. And also, it'll free up the 160 bus service, and that can get marshaled into, saying, running buses services towards Cessnock to Branxton or Greta. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. That's my 2 cents to get in the train to Cessnock. Hopefully more people will get behind this, because this is a very good cause. This will benefit a lot of people. And also, thanks for watching. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.
Please stand clear.